Hello, this is The Way of Fairness. My name is Stephen Childs. I'm in a arduous spiritual mental conflict. It's it's trying to get me to give up some other mind. And I've talked about this kind of stuff before quite a bit. Um, Here's a little bit of example of what it's like. I'm sharing this because I found that if I hide it, it makes it stronger. But if I talk about it, it defeats it. So I had had many blood drawn many times because of my pituitary tumor, and so they have to check on my blood regularly. At first, it was very often, and now it's once every 6 months. And then I moved, and so I had a new doctor here in Salt Lake City. It's part of the University of Utah outfit or nearby. Years ago, I was at the U of U going through a drug and alcohol counselor program. I was going to get my master's in social work or something along that line. And I was just getting past my bachelor's degree area, almost ready to get my bachelor's degree. And the mental spiritual war happened then strongly, and I'm bipolar, and I lack some skills on dealing with people. I didn't know how to surrender to the all-powerful and use it as a weapon against those who are doing me wrong. So the group mentality in humans, we form alliances. So the alliances try to defeat anyone who opposes them. I oppose them, so it tries to defeat me. I always have. So first I opposed my family alliance, and so I fought against my own family. I've always been totally independent. It's just me and the all-powerful. No one else. And all of those that are surrendered to the all-powerful, they're already with me. That's what we want. Unconditional surrender to the all-powerful. It's all-powerful already, and it cares about us. And it's like, I can say it this way. If you will surrender to the all-powerful, and if it will protect you from anyone doing you wrong, then will you agree to not do anyone wrong? Make that deal with the all-powerful. It's whatever, maybe there's not something that's all-powerful, so there's just all that is. Well, that has all power, logically. So logically, there is the all-powerful. There is the everything. We don't know what it is. We never will. There's always going to be the unknown. And that's part of the all-powerful, something unknown. So I'm told I have spirit communication with what I think is extraterrestrials. So they're telling me that I'm doing exactly right. And they're supporting me, but they can't help me until I stake a claim, until I make an assertion that if you do me wrong, you will be punished. Now they will help me. But if I don't make that assertion, they just let me get done wrong until I've had enough of it and I learn to defend myself. They've told me I need to defend myself. They've told me to declare war. They've told me that I'm the only Christ on the planet. That's the assertion that I'm making from them. I have faith in them. I am the only Christ on the planet. And if you fight against me unfairly, you will be punished. If you surrender to the all-powerful, agreeing to not do others wrong so that no one will do you wrong, you're already with us. And they tell me when somebody is now qualified for their help, she'll say something like, telepathically, something like, we can help that guy now. So there's a war going on that most humans don't know anything about. I grew up in the Mormon church and we were taught that there's a war in heaven. I think it's from the Bible. And it's Satan versus Jesus or whatever. There's only one power. There's only one force. And you can divide the people, this one power. If it's united, it's all going one way and nothing can stop it. If it's fighting itself, then who knows which side of it will win and rule the other side of the all. So the division that I see that's real with humans is there's people that are fair versus people that are not fair. People that don't want to be fair versus people that want everyone to be fair. The people that want everyone to be fair are going to win. And the people that don't want to be fair are going to be punished. So when I fight against this unfairness in the Mormon church, people had strokes. People got in car wrecks. People got struck by lightning. It's been really freaky. And my family, the last week or two, they've joined me. I've had dreams where they're joining me. They're joining my thinking above the concepts of God that they were taught. They're all LDS. And I've been told that the LDS religion is joining with my way of thinking recently. So this is probably, generally speaking, that's happening. So at the U of U, I'm fighting against this unfairness there. When I was going to college at the U of U in psychology, and the power of unfairness made a very forceful fight against me. Because, see, if I'm there at the U of U, Team Fairness is going to take over the place. Because all the people will unite with Team Fairness. Well, we were doing group therapy, and the entire group, I don't know, it was so weird. It's like all of a sudden they all turned against me. Maybe they were told to by the professor without me knowing it, as part of group therapy knowledge or something. I've heard there's some crazy stuff that goes on with group therapy mentality. Philip K. Dick talked about it. And he's also bipolar, and he can also see this other spirit world that I can see. It's like a potential. We can see a potential for a world manifesting. And I was shown it last week as the world of the dead, and I don't deserve that fate. And it's horrible. So I'm fighting to stay out of that. If I don't do something, I will be defeated by it, and I'll be in it. So that's why I'm fighting so vigorously against anyone who's opposing fairness. They scoff at fairness or whatever, and it's either me or them. Either they agree to fairness or one of us is going to fail utterly, because I won't stop any other way. So I'm schooled by my higher power on what to do with people that are opposing me. And basically, what I've learned the last month with everything that's going on is let them do it. Don't fight them. Just surrender to the all-powerful and have the all-powerful fight for you. And so I'm still breathing. They didn't kill me. I won. You know? So I'm having death threats in my mind like you wouldn't believe. And they're telling me to give up many times a day. The side that's unfair, that they don't want me to win and demonstrate that I'm the only Christ teacher on the planet. The only Christ teaching is fairness. That's all there is to it. It's been updated. So the Christ teaching came from the star people long ago. They were here before life even evolved on Earth. They're part of our mind. So it's kind of like Buzz Lightyear and the Unimind. And if evil wins, then evil controls. And if good wins, then good controls. Well, they're telling me the devil won. Good, because the devil's being good now. The devil's on the side of fairness. And people have been using the devil power against me. And so the devil's defeating them. They deserve it. I'm on the side of the devil. They owe the devil. They owe the devil. They made an agreement with the devil. They owe the devil for helping them. I've never used evil. I stopped lying. I stopped cheating. I stopped stealing because I was given experiences that convinced me to stop being that way. I'm shown, like I was shown the land of the dead. I'm shown things. Don't go that path. It's destruction for you, you know? So I had to leave the U of U because I didn't know how to handle it yet. I didn't know how to just surrender to the all-powerful and just let them do whatever they were doing. I was trying to stop them from doing what they were doing somehow. So I was opposing them. That's not the way to win it. The way to win it is to not oppose them. They're opposing fairness, and they want you to fight against them so that they can defeat you by your fighting against them. And there's a lot of us that understand this. See, I'm not alone in trying to defeat evil because it's ruining our world. It's ruining our lives and the lives of everyone we know. And so people that are on the side of the devil and they've had to surrender, they got to do what they got to do. So it's like this fight just has to play out. It has to continue. So the people that have been defeated by the devil's not unfair anymore. Don't be unfair to anyone and do what you're required to do. If you have to fight me, fight me. Then you've done what you're supposed to do. My higher power, she tells me that she's behind the fight against me. You see what I mean? So because of this fight, this mental fight, I become more powerful as a person. If I wasn't in this struggle, I would not gain any skills. I wouldn't have learned anything on how to stop people from stepping on my toes. Now I have dreams where their toes get cut off. Their toes. My toes don't get hurt. They're protected. The ones who stepped on my toes have their toes cut off. Metaphorically, people can feel it on their own feet. When I'm thinking about this stuff, they feel the pain. They feel the pain on their toes. It's really weird. It's real. It's like psychosomatic stuff. It's from the mind, from the spirit. Mind is spirit. So I'm like in pain, physical pain. I've had some reoccurring issue. Like right now, I'm getting very weak, like I could pass out. when I start explaining it. So fear is the problem. So if I get afraid of this, then they're going to win. If I'm like totally relaxed, I don't care if I live or die, but I'm not going to surrender to anyone because I've already surrendered to the all-powerful and they're not it. So if they murder me, fine. Then they never live that down. It's like the Zen master story. The samurai, teach me something, old man. And he says, you're fat and you're out of shape and your sword's dull. And the samurai draws his sword. And the Zen master says, all right, big guy, cut my head off and you'll be in hell. So the samurai gets really scared and puts the sword back in its sheath and bows. So see, that's the spirit we need to have. We're not going to fight you, and if you harm us, you're going to get punished. If you're looking for a fight, go somewhere else, because we don't fight. We don't need to. The all-powerful is fighting for us. So since I had my pituitary tumor, it was a while before that I started having these strange health problems. And I'm having that going on yesterday and today. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if I should... I've told doctors something's going on. And the first doctor I talked to this about, it was before I was diagnosed with pituitary adenoma. She says it sounds like poisoning. So the other day I was told I got poisoned with some food. I don't believe that. They tell me all kinds of things that are not true. It's metaphorical. So I'm considering having blood drawn and tested if I have any poison in me. And now get this. They're telling me that it's the doctors that are killing me. So what do? It's like, on the one hand, the medical world is great, but on the other hand, it's corporate and it's there for a profit, and I don't trust that. The doctors don't like it either. I had a Doctors Without Borders poster a few years ago, and this oppositional authoritative mind of greed told me to get that poster off the wall. I'm associated with the owner of the place I was renting. I don't know if that's valid or not. There was an LDS power there. So I told my mom's bishop years ago when I wrote the book From My Dreams, the book to end all lies, and it was just to document my dreams to see if they were precognitive, prophetic, if they were about the future. So I don't even know where a copy of that book is. It's like they've had me so troubled, homeless, losing my marbles and everything else. Can't find my keys, that kind of stuff. I've just had to throw everything away 2 or 3 times and walk away. So then, it's like they think they've won by causing that to happen to me. No, they haven't. They've just lost even more. I know where they're going. I don't want to go there. It's horrible. They called it the land of the dead. So I got my blood drawn like last year, and it's the first time I passed out from having blood drawn. And it was at the U of U, and I was looking back, what is this thing I was fighting back then? This authority guy, this authority psychiatrist guy or whatever. It's in the medical field. It's trying to be God over me. I don't believe it's my dog. They tell me my doctor died, that in dream language. My doctor that was trying to kill me, he's the one that died. So this is strange paranoid type stuff. And so years ago, I got extremely paranoid from marijuana. And I wanted to know what it was about. So after I had quit drinking and all kinds of mind-altering drugs for like 15 years, I wanted to try marijuana to see if I could find what the fear was from, because I want to get rid of that fear. I don't want to be living in fear. No one does. We want to be feeling like we're protected from harm. And I've learned to never get angry at people that are causing you problems. Surrender to the all-powerful, ask for victory over them. And that's what I do. And then we can stay of service to them. Even while the all-powerful is defeating them for doing us wrong. So, it's teaching everyone. Agents of the all-powerful are teaching humans right now, everywhere on the planet, with their experience. So I'm jumping all over the place because I'm getting communication from telepathically, and there's like this component of my mind that's Jesus. And we don't agree with each other. He's tyrannical. And a lot of times I'll be around people, and that side of me that's him, he gets the crap. And so he got it. And I don't smell any problem, but he did. They defeated him. One of the girls or whatever overpowered this tyrant Jesus, and Jesus got the crap. He's in the crap, and I'm not. It's not me. And he says, stop me through me. It's so weird. I wonder, is it me in a parallel world? Or what? Or how is this? Is it my own mind fragmented away, doing its own thing on its own? I don't know. If it is, it needs to surrender to the all-powerful, like I have. So now it sounds schizophrenic. So this is some really strange mental phenomena. So, it's someone else. My higher power friend told me it's someone else. It could be them playing some kind of drama with me for my benefit in some way I don't understand. So I'm very open-minded about what's going on. So I heard when I went on to the topic of Jesus, the reason I did is because I was told in my mind, this character that's not me, that's trying to be Jesus through me at my expense, he said, I don't want to be the only one. I do, because I was told to be the only one. I don't rule anyone. He tries to, I don't. My message is stop being unfair, you will be punished. And if you will stop being unfair, you will be protected. So that's the teaching of the new Christ of the planet, me. Simple as that. That's the only Bible we need. So you can put your other Bibles aside and just practice the way of fairness. Everybody's going to be practicing the way of fairness, or they're going to be in the land of the dead, and you don't want to go there. Find out more about it. So some reason it was the paranoia that THC would connect me to, that when I went back to try it again, I heard the first time I heard like a voice in my head. It was not like a telepathic communication. It was like a voice from somewhere. It was more like that. It was more like a hallucination, but it's like, what the hell? It said they're going to sacrifice my son. And the issue is that I was worried. I knew, I felt it. I was intuitive about the LDS Church getting control of my youngest son. And they did, and he went on a Mormon mission. Now he's an atheist. He does not want to talk about anything to do with faith. So, oh, it's been weird. It's what a strange life. So I got the blood drawn, passed out, found out there's something there, like in the land of the dead. So then, like a couple weeks ago, I might move out of Utah because my spirit friend tells me that psilocybin, microdosing, whatever, maybe high doses occasionally, is good for me. It's good for them to access my mind more effectively. We can correct things at a fundamental level. Like I was able to get rid of my fear. But it's illegal. So I'm going to move from Utah to where it's not such a big deal. Colorado or Oregon. And so I was out in Colorado checking out a place to move to and seeing if I like it. And so I got a gummy bear, THC. It was like a licorice twist. Something. I can't remember. I threw the package away. I threw 9 of those away. I ate one. And it's not supposed to do anything. You might feel something. It's like the THC that doesn't get you high. I had the weirdest, strange reaction I've ever had. For like, it was like 18 hours. And we called 911 from the motel. And they came and I told them what happened. And it's the people that had some experiences, it's a strange reaction. Don't do it anymore. Some people have bad reaction from THC. I'm one of them. And it wasn't that way at first. It's like something happened when I was young. I smoked a lot of marijuana, high school age, and prior to that even. I don't know why, but there's something that started scaring me about it. It's like when I stole things when I was younger. Like the force of evil showed up to scare me straight. So some reason I was told about the pot demon. We called it the pot demon, and it's very powerful magic. It's like Judas. Now my heart's feeling like I might die any second. It's so weird how this is so connected to what we're thinking about. So in the past I would get angry. I don't get angry. I just let them learn where they're headed. For lying, cheating, and stealing. They're trying to stop people from stopping them in their unfairness. Let me say that again. They're trying to stop people that are stopping them from being unfair to others. So it might be people that smoke marijuana. It might be people that are like high-level church members that are trying to keep their secret secret. Maybe they've done some sexual rape on people and they're trying to keep secret. So they're using the devil. So I'm on the devil's side in defeating them. So they're trying to use the power of evil to hide what they've done that's evil. You don't need to. The power of fairness hides what you've done because it's fair that you're covered. Because we're born into this crazy world of unfairness. We're not sane because of it. We're vicious. Where if we're born into a world of fairness, we're all very kind and caring people. There's those two aspects of us in our evolution. So I wanted to explain how I have this fear of a doctor killing me or psychiatrist killing me or driving me insane. So it's like the very system that's supposed to help us in mental ways and in physical ways are harming us because of corporations, corporate greed, or unfairness of some kind. Corporate greed is unfair because their purpose is to make money, not to help people. Corporations, we could change them so that their purpose is to help people and they get paid and they do better. They're rewarded for helping people. So we can change the way of our reward. We can change capitalism into a benevolent capitalism instead of a money-making capitalism. It's about causing goodness. That requires we change the laws. You know who doesn't want to change the laws is people that are benefiting from their unfairness. They benefit from having 10 appeals and they make all this money. Ugh, it's disgusting. Greed is disgusting. Lying, cheating, and stealing is disgusting. I love you. Have a great day.